Our guest today is Nabeel. He is a technical AI expert. So he's working in a technical team that's basically finding, say it in my words, the next ChatGPT. So he says that ChatGPT is already pretty normal, and now they are working on new solutions which are even more revolutionary than ChatGPT. I think this is really a very interesting guest. So Nabeel, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Mark.
Maybe you can say a few words about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been working in the artificial intelligence, the applied science, development of data science, and especially large language models for past 3.5 years. So majority of my focus is on audio products. So I specialize in audio section of large language models, or in general, deep learning models. So I started my journey while doing my graduation in computer engineering. So when I was in my second year of engineering, I came to know about a speaker who used to work in one of the biggest company in the world. So he came to our college and he spoke about how he started his career in artificial intelligence.
How many years ago?
It was around 4 years ago.
Okay.
So I listened to him. And after that, I started learning. So
he was really inspiring for you.
Yeah, he was quite inspiring, and the journey was more inspiring than the person. So I spent the next 6 months just learning the whole section, how transformers work, how deep learning, neural networks, artificial neural networks, all the basic building blocks for building a generative model or a large language model or any neural network based model. So next 6 months, I worked quite hard. I spent 6 to 7 hours a day, and then I started an internship while during my engineering college. So what I did is I started because of the COVID. We were working from home, so we were also studying from home. So I spent majority of my time with the startup. They had very interesting projects. It was an early startup, so the responsibilities were huge. But the good part is they had projects which were related to the government. So my engineering college was in India. So I worked for government projects like Government of India, a lot of projects which were quite good. And we developed a lot of models for various sectors. So there I had an initial boost in my career because I got a chance to work on things which I would not be able to work unless I was a graduate or engineering itself. So I worked for 2 years there. So after that, I moved here to Dubai, and then I joined one of the biggest company in artificial intelligence in the entire Asia.
Amazing. So if you see the latest development of the last 1.5 years, so all the ChatGPT, Gemini boom, and all these many tools which are coming on the market basically every day, how does this feel for you? So on the one hand, you must be very happy that you chose exactly the right place, because I think 4 years ago, the majority of the world didn't talk about this yet. So you must be very happy. And how do you feel about this today?
Yeah, I'm really, I would say it's a good luck on my side that I got the opportunity to be where I am. The thing is now, like in general, people see the tools, people see the large language models as something which is a software, and we see the entire life cycle of development. So the thing is now, the biggest challenge that companies and in general organizations who are trying to build such models is the biggest challenge is the computation. So the GPUs are it's less about how much skilled data scientists you have. It is very important because a lot of it's a very important thing. But more than that, companies invest their time and resources on acquiring the highest level of computation, because the models that you see, GPT, Bard, etc., these are coming from organizations like Microsoft and Google. And when you see forward, there are a lot of open source models. Open source models are something which is open to everyone. Anyone can take it and fine tune it. And Meta has done a very great job in releasing the Llama series. So we have a lot of things that's completely open source. So, for example, if we say Microsoft has like, or OpenAI, which has ChatGPT 4, the recent one 4.0. So it's a very good model. But the thing is now, even the models which are open sourced by big companies like Facebook, they are competing with 4.0. Obviously, it's not that good. So the market is all about how much resources that you have in sense of computation, the GPUs, etc. So it's a very tough market to be in, and it's a very great thing to keep learning every day.
So you said you are pretty much working on audio technology.
Yeah.
So I guess you cannot tell us exactly what you are doing because I think it's top secret. But if you see the future of AI, and especially in this audio sphere, so what are the next developments coming on the market here? What is going to happen in this area?
See, audio is quite an interesting field because like 70 to 80% of our communication, like humans communicate through audio, like by speaking and listening. So that's one of the most important thing for humans. And audio has if we see it from outside, it has reached a ceiling. Like you can have AI models which can speak like human and understand like human. So, but the thing is, audio, we are moving towards a general intelligence kind of an approach where you can not just speak to a large language model, but you can also converse. For example, when I speak, you listen. When you speak, I listen. If I interrupt, you stop and listen to me. So these are the small things that human have and language models don't. And now after like 4.0 has implemented this, and there is a lot that can be done.
So language models, they can speak and listen at the same time, yeah?
Yeah, kind of, yes.
But I'm always, is there already a tool on the market? I just bought one, but I'm not sure how good it will be, that is doing a simultaneous translation. So I speak with you in German, and and you listen, and it comes in your native tongue, and someone else comes in and speaks in French, and you also hear this in your native tongue. That is automatically translated. Does it?
Yeah. We have like in my current organization as well, we have a lot of products like this, and this is something which has been achieved. And now the only thing is we are working to make it faster, and how we can make it faster using the computations. So it goes back to that. But in general, these things are quite achieved in audio. Apart from that, we are moving more towards how we can make it a general thing, like how we can integrate it with various AIs, like large language models, and the instructions at the moment, like if someone is angry, the model or the system should understand the emotions, the prosody of the speaker and all. So audio is a very saturated market in this sense because there is a lot already been developed. Like majority of the
about emotions, for example. I also heard that AI tools, they can also basically, you are talking now, and they can see what kind of emotions you have, and if they analyze a lot of people talking, then they can see basically they can do emotional analysis.
Yeah, see, this we have through NLP. So what we have in general, these systems, what they do is they transcribe your speech. So if you speak something, it gets written in text, and then the text is used for sentimental analysis. So what the next step will be is how human, we don't write what we listen, but the AI at the moment, it writes what it listens. So we need to move forward where it directly takes the audio and understands it and response. So this is something which has not been achieved till now. So all of the use cases that you have mentioned, it's all based on you speak something, you speak French, it gets written in French and then translated and read back. So this is what's happening behind the picture. And next step will be you just speak and it somehow understands and converts it without converting it into text. So this is something going on, but there is a lot of things, there are lots of discussions that is it necessary to do something like this or no. So audio is like something which is but in general, if you speak about large language models, that's where you will find the future. Because audio, we will be working on it and we will achieve a lot of things, but the amount of difference that a large language will make in general will be far more than just an audio enhancement.
What are other developments going on in the moment? Not necessarily only in audio, also in other areas when it comes to AI, which are not existing yet, and where you think they will be on the market in the next 6 months, 1 year?
The next boom will come definitely, like as I see and understand, will be AI agents. So the concept of AI agents is very simple. Like we have ChatGPT, which is quite strong. Like it's a vague example, but ChatGPT is quite good in XYZ task. We have Bart, which is good in some tasks. We have other models which work differently. So the concept of AI agents is we create agents for a specific task. For example, in this setup, you have a podcast going on. So you have a person who handles the mic, you have a person who handles the camera, and like you have 10 people doing 10 different things. So the concept of AI agent is there will be 10 different agents doing their work, and they will collaborate and give you the result. So like that's how human work. So that's what all the companies are working on. Like you will read about it from Microsoft, from OpenAI, and a lot of companies. So that's what's going on, and that's what will be very noisy, and you will hear AI agents a lot in next 1 year or 2 years.
Okay. What else?
That's one of the things, but this is where you will see. For example, now the automation will be more general in sense. For example, we have stock market prediction algorithms. We have some algorithms who can take trades on the stock market. Some algorithms.
This works?
Yeah.
Stock market predictions?
I have a very interesting, like in my the first company, the startup. So we had a very interesting project, and it was quite good. What we did is we were given the problem was they wanted a system because they had the company was a medium-sized company. They had 70 to 80 traders who used to trade, and it was like 7-8 years old organization, and they used to make money. So what they wanted is they wanted to automate the whole process. And if you read about companies, the big companies like BlackRock and even Goldman Sachs, what they do is majority of their processes are automated. The trades they punch in, even the analytics and the quants, it's majority of them is automated. So like in general, because we don't have the knowledge, or like in general, people cannot make money through stock markets or cryptocurrency markets. Right. We assume that it's not possible, but a lot of big companies are doing it. So the startup I was working in, so what we created a whole ecosystem where we had deep learning models trained for specific tasks, and we leveraged all of them, and we had one platform which used to give buy and sell calls. But at that moment, the next project was to automate everything, but we stopped there. And the win rates were very good, like above 70% was like on an average, and the risk to reward ratios were 1:4. So it was very good. But the strategies were there, which existed before. With the organizations, we just automated it. So there is a lot that can be happen in various industries, and it does work. Like there is a lot of strategies that do work, but it's a majority of them are trade secrets of some companies.
No, of course. So where's what is your prediction for the next years? What's going to happen? What is coming next? What is what we discussed also in other podcasts? There are, let's say, the private life of people, where AI, especially since ChatGPT, is used more and more. And there's the business life. And in business life, it's still lagging pretty much behind, because it's for companies not that easy. It's expensive, and you need to convince the people and so on. So how do you think the general development of AI use cases in industry and private life will continue in the next 3 to 5 years?
It's definitely continue to grow. But the thing is, on an individual level, implementing artificial intelligence is quite cheap at the moment, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Like you can have the best large language model, which is ChatGPT 4.0, for like $20 a month, $20 a month, and then you can have the best speech synthesizing website, one of the best speech synthesizing website, 11 Labs for $8 or $12 a month, and then you can combine that, and you can buy a AI-based video generator, and you can make a YouTube channel out of it. So it will cost you $30 to $40 a month. And that's what these are the best tools among the collection. But when it comes to the organization, everything's changed. If you want to train, then you need to spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars for training simple models, like which are very basic and not that big.
Why is it so expensive if on the one hand there are ready-made solutions, what you've just described, on the other hand there are all the open systems which you described earlier. So why is it so expensive for companies to implement their solutions?
Yeah, building a custom-based solutions are expensive. Organizations obviously use tools, but even that's expensive. See, everything comes back to the computation, because the GPUs a person uses, like even if a person gives prompts the entire day to ChatGPT 4.0, he will not exhaust that much amount of GPU or processing. But when it comes to organizations, they generate millions of sentences in minutes and seconds to train their models. There is a lot going on. They just don't need to train models. They also have a lot of measures for protecting their data, and data is one of the most important things. So creating a large language model or any AI-based model, you need a lot of data, and data is quite expensive. So that's that.
Okay, so what's going to happen in the next, you are now in AI for 4 years, and I think this 4 years feel like 40 years.
Yeah, 40 years.
400 years, if you see the general development of things in this world. So how it's to continue in the next 4 years? What is your prediction?
It's, according to me, it will be more exponential. There will be a lot of things coming out. And to be very frank, even the big companies, the tech giants, even they are not sure what's going to happen in next 4 years, because it's all about, it's everyone's trying to have the next state-of-the-art model. So in all the areas. So it's very difficult who is the winner and who is the loser. But the thing is, it will make human life much easier. As like in general, we know about automation, we know this large language model coming in and solving a lot of problems. But the moving forward, it will be quite good for humans. Like being human is the best, like for the entire human lifespan, like for past 300,000 years. This era is one of the best era because a lot of things has been taken care of, and AI is making it more easier.
Mm-hmm. Do you see your private life, you personally, what is your most favorite AI tool, and what are you doing with this tool?
At the moment, ChatGPT is one of the most used tool by me, because I like to ask a lot of questions about a lot of things.
Per day or per week you spend in ChatGPT privately?
I would say I spend around one hour at least a day. That's something I
1.5 hours per day.
Yeah, more it's definitely more than 1 hour. So what I like to do is I like to research a lot about various industries and other stuff, and in general, like I often ask ChatGPT to create a competition or like a programming quiz for me, and I like to spend my time with ChatGPT because it's someone who has an intelligence level of one of the like any other human, so it's quite smart, and having a conversation with something like that, it's quite interesting.
So you really ChatGPT and you really talk with each other. You ask questions, you get answers, you ask counter questions.
Yeah, and that's one of the, if someone wants to start a career in AI, ChatGPT is a very good thing in this sense that you can ask a lot of questions. Like if you go to a person who teaches you, like you can ask questions, but you have the limitations. You have the limitations of his knowledge, and you have the limitation of time. You cannot keep on asking. You need to learn. But with ChatGPT, it's like you can ask anything and anytime, and how many. Like you can ask for us the same question a million times. So that's the benefit with that.
So this is your most favorite tool still, yeah?
Yeah, this is that. But now, like even in my personal time, I try to start developing some sort of models so that I keep myself up to date, because there is a lot going on, and so I spend the time on this. But majority of the time I spend is to keep upgrading myself and keep learning.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time. It was very inspiring talk, and I hope I see you soon again on this channel.
Thank you. It was great. Yeah.